Rob Smith Media here, and I'm joined with Solomon King Simon coming off a massive win at Cage Warriors Dublin. Solomon, how we doing, mate?
Pretty good. Just chilling now, resetting and getting ready for the next phase of things. But pretty good. Just chilling.
On a well-deserved holiday in sunny Spain. I'm very jealous over here in the bleak UK. It's very just actually it's sunny today, but it was raining this morning, annoyingly. But so coming off a massive win against Christian Ayaga, talking about that matchup because he was a little bit of an unknown quantity. He'd gone 5 rounds with George Hardwick, and people weren't really too sure what to make of what his level was because he took the fight on short notice. And then you blitzed him in a round. George wasn't able to finish him in 5 rounds, and you took him out there in less than 2 minutes. So talking about that fight, how good did that win feel?
Went very, very good. I think leading up to it, of the fight previous to this one, I thought the level went up a bit. And then with him, whatever my fight was going to be after the Walter fight, I was open just another level up, something to get me closer to the title, something to just stand up, just put my name up there a little bit more. And when his name came up, he just fought for the title. I was like, that's perfect because then already people would have recognized him at that level, if you know what I mean. And he is very good. He's like pretty good. He has extensive amateur career as well. Did very well at the IMAFs. His level is fairly high. So, but at this level again, I would think everyone is fairly good. So the matchup itself, I wasn't too at this stage, I'm not too stressed on anyone really. I'm more just focusing on what I'm gonna do, and then like let them try stop me rather than me stressing on them too much. But relatively, I was just expecting sort of the same similar style with everyone I faced. It's more like try take me down, try get on me, that kind of style in general. So I'm well used to it from amateur up until now. So yeah, it's just another fight really. Nothing too big about it.
How did it feel with the, because obviously it's in Dublin, your home country. The crowd erupted with that finish. 'Cause I think it was, I'm quite surprised that you didn't get the 5K bonus. I know Burlinson is a well-deserved winner of that 5K bonus in his story, but I thought your finish, I thought you were a lock. I was very surprised when you didn't get it. So talk to me, what was that like when the crowd erupted and you just got that amazing moment?
Yeah, the 5K. I was already spending that money in my head. I was raging, but hey, listen, it is what it is. The yeah, they when it was very surreal there. I wasn't even. I think when the shot landed, when it went down, I was just focused trying to get the finish. I didn't know when I landed nearly 4 shots afterwards before I even felt the ref push me. And then I was just looking for my family kind of thing like that. And then obviously the crowd was there. It felt good. Well, again, I'm trying not to I'm how could I put it? Trying not to let the crowd and the atmosphere and everything get at me too much in general because it's very hard to control those things on the long run. So if I just keep focusing on what I'm doing, I'll do the performances I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do create the finishes. I'm gonna entertain the people as much as I can. But at the same time, I'm not grabbing as much energy off the crowd as I would like. I'm trying not to take too much energy from the crowd because I'd rather use my own energy. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say in the sense of I don't want them to be in control of how I feel emotionally, if you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
overall, it was very good. I enjoyed the atmosphere. I was glad everyone was delighted with it. Well, internally, I was just trying to stay control as much as possible. The main people I care about as much will be my family, my fiance, my kid, their fiance's family, my mom, my mom, my brothers, sisters, that kind of thing. Those are the people that I really try to own in on and get energy from them. That's a long-winded way of saying it, but just hope it sort of makes sense.
And so we know you're a finisher. You're 6-0, 6-0 with 6 finishes as a professional. But this was the first finish in the first round. Was there anything different about this fight that you managed to get the first round finish? Because I know that people have gave you the name the buzzer beater. We're getting late finishes. This one was as quick as they come. So was there anything different about this fight?
Yeah, I think they kind of did a interview after the last fight. And I was sort of critiquing it a bit myself because I felt I was hoping the last guy Walter sort of came at me because when I was watching his previous fights, it was a bit more it was aggressive, and I was like, okay, this would be good. This would give me a chance to sort of let my hands go a bit more. And then I pressed him, had his back against the cage for the old 10. And I was just like, wasn't happy with the way, like, I felt I couldn't break through his defenses, if you know what I mean. Like, if because normally if people are opening up, like obviously you're taking a risk by doing that, but at least yeah, that's where the fight happened. Like, let's work your defense, work your offense, different things in that sense. But he wasn't opening up as much, and I felt like he had more control. He had control over that fight that in a different way. Let me get this out, but like because it was so defensive, like I had to wait for him to like give me something to take it. Wasn't very happy with that. So like going out back into the training room and things like that. I'm just trying to like get better at like my leads, like of my offensive leads in the sense of like I want to be able to break you down without you have no choice in the matter. I'm gonna be the one when I want to finish, when I want to enter, I'm gonna decide that. So that's a lot of stuff I've been working on like previous to the last fight. So I wanted to be a bit more offensive. Like I'm still stay defensively sharp, but like I don't want to let them be the one to give me the opportunity. I want to create the opportunities myself. And I felt like that was a big part of my mindset going up into this. And then to add on top of that, Christian was a bit more willing to engage as well. He was willing to press me back, and then I was like, okay, now it gives a bit more opportunity. So that's the thoughts behind that. That's probably why it was a bit more like I created the openings more than waiting for the openings to come to me.
And after you won the fight, I know you had a little bit of the conversation with the current champ Harry Hardwick. Can you explain what you said to him on the night?
Yeah, no, I was just saying like I'm coming from and like looking for that belt. And like I said with him, like he's very good. He's done fairly well. I think two or three defenses. I'm not sure. At least two anyway. So I think he's done well. I would like him to go to get the call up himself. But like at this point, like I'm trying to get to that goal myself. Like so he's the current person in my way. And just come get it. Like I'm looking for him, like get the belt off him and then move on to wherever I want to move on to. Or whatever opportunity comes up, to be honest. Like at this stage, like I feel like I've done enough for like I've sort of made my name fairly decently now. And like so just give me something that's gonna put me closer to my overall goal.
And I watched some of your previous interviews after the fight, and you were saying how if Harry comes at you with that volume style that he brings, he puts a lot of pressure on everyone. He likes to drown people, but you said if he comes with you with that style, you'll spark him. Where did you get that confidence from?
Because I'm very confident in my defense. That's sort of like the first part of it. And then when I have confidence in my defense, I don't like there's not much outside of that. So which means like every single time he opens up against me, he's putting himself in like big danger. Every time he tries to hit me, like he's just like that much away from like getting himself sparked there. And like I said, like I know I have the power, I have the speed, but more importantly, I trust my defense. Like, and if that is there, like I don't care whoever it is. And defense on the feet, defense takedown wise, and offensively, like obviously I've been like building that up a bit more, but my confidence in my defense makes me like dangerous for absolutely everybody because it's difficult for you to land clean on me, and if you cannot do that every time you take that chance, you're just opening yourself up to get completely annihilated, and that's what's probably going to happen. And that's like his style is very pressure heavy, very volume heavy. Like, and I just like it's pretty good. I think it just leaves a lot of openings that could be taken advantage of.
And what I was doing a little bit of like reading on social media through like Instagram comments on Twitter and things after the fight. And a lot of people see you and Nik Bagley as the two top contenders right now. And to me, I think that fight makes a lot of sense to kind of solidify like a number one contender. Say if Harry did go to the UFC, you took a fight for like the vacant title. How do you think you match up against Nik Bagley? Because so far he's like a tricky puzzle to solve.
Yeah, like I remember even when I first got into Cage Warriors, like the first fight, I don't know if he fought the weekend after or before or something, but I was just like, I just looked at, I was watching him back at home and I was like, that kid is good. And he's been doing madness as well. Like his striking is very good. Obviously, the last few fights, I felt like he's been very wrestling heavy. I think after that fight where the one he lost on the like I can't remember who it was, but that there was a lot of stand up in that. Like, and he didn't force the wrestling as much, so he stayed standing a bit. Like, still did amazing on the feet as well. I thought it was a very good fight. But his style is extremely wrestling heavy, get to the back, take the back, which is for MMA, that's the ultimate way of doing things. Like so, like I think again when it comes to the matchup side of things, it doesn't seem so different from every single person I face. It will come forward, shoot against me, try to take me down, try to do that. Like it's sort of something I've been dealing with. I suppose what could be different might be it seems a bit more physical with it. It seems like it could be like strong, like because the way he seems to be moving with like dealing with people, they don't seem to be able to stop him. So it will be a good test for that. To be honest, again, it would be a good test for me to test my defense. That's all. Like I would look at it as skill wise. I don't see anything like that's like surprising. I don't see anything that he's doing that is very like, oh wow, that's like a crazy. I've never seen that before. It is like good pressure, set up his takedowns, shoots, takes you down, go top pressure, and then tries to take you back. Like it's a very good game. It's a very good system to play with. Like I am very well rounded. Like I will mess him up on the feet, and if it goes to the ground, I am well comfortable on my back. I'm comfortable there. But more importantly, if I decide, and I haven't shown that side of my game really as well, but if I want to get offensive with the wrestling, offensive on the grappling side of things, like I'm like a very terrifying person to like. If I'm on top of you, I will do serious damage, and that's what if you saw it with a lot of the other finishes as well. Is as soon as it gets to the ground, like the fight is over very quickly because like I feel very confident there. Like what I've been doing for the last while is practicing my stand up in the sense of like I want to get better at like being systematic with the stand up on the ground. I feel very comfortable there. So the ground is where he seems to have the biggest strength, and like that's something I've worked for years like now. So like that's already there for me. So I'm not stressed on that part of things. So I think like I won't be surprised if we fight and it's just gonna end up on the feet for most of it, even though he might want to get it down. But as a matchup, I like it. I think it's solid. I think it's good overall. Don't see anything too surprising, but hey, it's a fight like in it. So once we get in there, that's when we find out where all the talk and all that doesn't really mean shit until we really step in there and be like, okay, let's test out all the skill set that we have.
Now, I do a lot of work in amateur MMA. I speak to a lot of young amateur fighters. And if you look at your amateur career, I believe you are the perfect example of how you should do amateur MMA. If you look at your record, wasn't undefeated, but you active. You were so unbelievably active. You had so many fights. I think it was 18 amateur fights, and you were fighting top competition the whole way through. And that's the one thing. That's one piece of advice I always give to the young fighters is stay active. It doesn't like, winning and losing amateur. It's not the most important thing. It's about getting the rounds in with high level competition. So when you do go pro, you feel comfortable because you see it so many times where a young fighter hasn't really tested themselves and they go pro and they kind of look like a deer in the headlights. They don't feel comfortable because they haven't experienced it at amateur. And I think you are the perfect example of experiencing everything at amateur. And so, how important was activity to you as an amateur fighter coming up?
Yeah, no, it's massive, like huge, huge, huge. Like I think I did a few boxing as well, and I go up to, I think I had like 10 or 12 kickboxing fight and probably six boxing fight and then the 18 MMA fights as well. Like I was trying to get as much because this is practice, like in a strange way, because they're fighting, like it's not just going in there and like we're here to just swing and like it takes a lot of like experience to like build like dealing with the nerves practicing the right way, going in there, testing something, and be like, oh wait, that doesn't work. That was stupid. Go back into their training room, fix it up again, and just keep repeating that process, like to a point whereby like it feels like instinctual when you're doing stuff. It feels like when you're in the back right now, I don't feel anywhere as nervous as I would have back for my first fight. And like all of those little things makes a big difference overall because then you have once you've dealt with it, you've seen so many things against very good competition. That what you said there about like the top level competition is a big part of it as well because I could easily fucking like find the fights I want and like go 10-0, 15-0, 20-0 at the amateur. Now it's a bit more difficult because the level is like very high even in the amateur side of things. But you could have like just like chose the right fights and like be like, oh, I bet him, whatever, whatever. But I think it's better to actually like nearly go after fights that you potentially could lose because that's where like you really test yourself. That's where you really know what you're made of. That's where you really know what you need to work on. So like that was a big part of my amateur side of things. I just wanted experience. I wanted practice. I wanted to get comfortable. And like my style, like I feel I like thinking in there. I like sort of taking my time to like break down my opponent, like know, see where the openings are, see where I could take advantage of things. And like I thought the experience was the best part to do that. And like it's showing now on the pro side of things, even like having that 5 minute round, that extra round to like just see things a bit more. Like it's been like amazing. So yeah, no, get as much experience as you can on the amateur scene. It's like It's like I don't know how much I could rate it, but it's extremely, extremely, extremely important. I think the pro, like, it looks good. Like, oh, I'm a professional fighter, I'm a this, but like, listen, like, you don't make fuck all money for a long time, like, really. So might as well like get the practice in. The record doesn't mean shit. You lose, you lose, you lose, you lose before you know it. Like, oh, now I'm good at this. I know what I'm doing. Then you could like get to the pro side and like tear your way through. Like, I've only been a pro for like 2 years now, and like, I felt like I've advanced a lot quicker, basically based on my background, if that makes sense. So yeah, long story, but extremely, extremely important.
So you're fighting out of Ireland. Ireland's a nation of fighters, and they have some of the best fans in the world. What do you think about Ireland translates to MMA and just fighting so well?
I'm not sure, like, but like, it's for such a small island as well. Like, there's mad. We've been doing mad things lately. Like, even I remember back on the in the amateurs as well, when we are going to the IMAFs and the Europeans, different things like that. It was always like Ireland was always in the top three on the leaderboard at the end of the day, at the end of the uh tournament. Like, it's very impressive. I'm not sure, like, could be from the history, like, but like, whatever it is, like, I've inherited more of it as well. Like, obviously I have the Nigerian side of things, but having the Nigerian and the Irish side, it just double trouble, I would say. But yeah, no, like, the Irish nation, like, they're very good at fighting, like, very, very good. And you saw that again recently with Paul Hughes, when just last 2 days ago on Sunday, yeah, on Saturday, like, he did like just spark your man in like less than a minute as well. Like, and obviously we've had Connor come out of it, and Gary doing well as well. Obviously, there's just like, for a small nation, it's very impressive. And look, long may it rain.
And so we mentioned you're 6-0 now, undefeated in Cage Warriors. You must be a big 2025. Like, so we're going into the second half of the year. What are your goals for the second half of the year and then going into 2026?
Yeah, like, this year, ideally, like, obviously the end goal, not even the end goal, the beginning of the next phase of my career. Like, it's like I want to get into that UFC and like make a run for the gold in that sense as well. Like, I'll say this year will be nice. Like, I want to see what the next option is. Like, just what, like, there's a few things in the works. I just want to see how they all play out. But ideally, wouldn't mind getting that call up this year. Like, if not early next year, that would be ideal. But then, like, once I make the debut on the UFC on the big stage, then like, we'll make a run that way. But this year, it's rather try get that belt next, or whatever option comes through, and then just make a run for it. But we'll see. I'm like, at this point now, like, the way things seems to be working out, I just want to keep improving myself on the background, like, and making sure I'm ready for whatever talent comes my way. I think once I do that, like, the performances will speak for themselves. This last one is sort of like brought me up that little bit more again, and then that's all that's gonna keep happening for the rest of the year. No, fight wise, I would like to get two more fights this year. I minimum anyway, like, war promotions, war stage that works out at. Not too sure. We'll see how that plays out, but that's what we'll be looking for. If the belt comes next, I'll take it. If something else comes next, I'll take it. But either way, end of the year, early next year, I would like to be saying my name on the UFC roster.
You mentioned there was something in the works. So is there anything you can tell us? Is it all under wraps for now?
Like, not all on the wraps. It's like, no, it's just more like hopes and dreams. Like,
Yeah.
not like pending yet. So like, we'll just see how the year plays out, and then I'll go from there.
Well, so I don't want to keep you too long, and I appreciate you taking the time to speak to me while you're on holiday. I'll let you get back to it, man. It's been a real pleasure speaking to you.
All right, cheers. Now I'm just gonna go like chill on the sunbed in the shade because I'm trying to avoid the sun. But like, no, I'm just chilling for the next while, and then I'll get back to the gym and get back at it again. But yeah, no, it's been good. Thanks very much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.